everybody, and welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
I am giving away all of our secrets. And I'm Brownie.
Well, I want to start off by saying, what is it, episode 168?
No, I wish. No, it's 165.
165.
Okay.
That's how many degrees my friend was today. My poor friend David was helping me, like, I'm not kidding, an hour
The one that
ago.
shoots the Nerf guns all the time.
Yes, the one who fires off the Nerf gun.
See Sam Fisher. There you go.
And see Sam Fisher 7.
Is currently being treated for burns, and I feel really bad. It is a story. I think we'll fill you all in. He's fine. He's going to be okay, but he definitely has some third-degree burns on his wrists and on his fingers.
And who knows what his neck looks like.
I'll tell you the story, I think, next week. I want to let David have a little chance to recover, and so he can look back on it. And
Just be thinking about him, praying for him, sending good vibes his way, whatever you can at this point.
This wasn't the first thing I thought, but it was among the first things that I thought is like, hopefully this just turns into one of those things like, remember when you set yourself on fire?
I'm sure it will, because what is it? Time plus tragedy equals comedy?
Exactly.
well,
Hey! Okay, maybe it's too soon. Never mind.
it's my fault. Like, I feel like it was my fault.
But it wasn't, was it? We know we can blame somebody else.
Does the sound need work?
Well, hold on. Let me try.
What's wrong? What sound? Oh, the hello there. Hello there.
So
There you go.
I don't know if it worked or not. Like, I'm not monitoring the sound, so I have no idea if it's playing or not.
How does a general conversation sound?
I'm sure
Oh.
we sound fine.
No, Jim just redeemed a hello there.
Ah, got it.
And I want to make sure that worked.
So, Jim, you'll have to let me know if the hello there I redeemed worked. So
Anyways,
I put in
We're dedicating this episode in honor of C. Sam Fisher.
Mike wants to know. It did not work. Why? Why does everything I make not work?
But it does eventually. That's what matters.
David's burned is what's wrong.
Yeah, he
We
wants to
know
know more of the
that's-
story. Jeremy will talk to you later about
Yeah.
that.
I'm
Mike,
sure.
I can call you in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll call you out. Jeremy will call you out to the pod.
Oh,
What? For real? Or is that a joke thing? That's a joke thing, right?
it is a joke thing, but notice how the screen doesn't
Oh my
update.
gosh. That's hilarious. And it's very funny because of all the technical difficulties we had down at the old studio. And to a lesser amount here.
Did somebody redeem that, or did you activate
Yeah,
that?
so it's gonna stay frozen on that screen until somebody either cheers, subs, or uses another channel point redemption.
That's hilarious. So now they can just hear our voices.
Yep, exactly.
Bradsworth would love this.
So yeah.
Bradsworth, are you here?
I went through the trouble of finding the Windows 95 error screen, and I rebuilt the whole thing in
I love it.
Photoshop. So
I was like, that is like an old school, like nowadays you just get a thing that's what says like this program has stopped working. Would you like to close out or wait for it to start working again?
oh crap,
Wow.
how do I do this? Filters, freeze. There we go. Cheers for
Oh,
the
we're
cheer.
unfrozen. Yay.
Oh, Brad's here.
Bradsworth.
All right, Mike. I mean, I can tell the I can tell the story, I guess, of how it happened. I just feel bad.
Just know it wasn't your fault.
It definitely feels like my fault.
But it wasn't.
Anyways,
Like you
all
said,
right,
everyone knew better.
Mike. So David was helping me today, and we were really excited. We wanted to get
The car.
the car out. Okay, so we have an old car, all right, and we were gonna go
You can say what it is, I suppose.
get it started and get it going. Now it's an old carbureted car. So
Are you trying to make it like a special surprise?
no,
what it is
no,
at some
no.
point?
I just
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry. It just feels like you're being cagey about it, and I don't want to accidentally give it away if you're trying to hide it.
I just don't want to be like
You don't want to be that guy. I get
Yeah.
it. Sorry, go on. So it's an old carbureted
just
car.
an old car, and we're all excited to be able to take it out, go for a drive. Kara's never driven it.
Nope.
So I was hoping Kara could.
And
take
I
it
do
for
know
a
how
drive.
to
I've
drive
driven it
stick.
more than Kara has.
Yes.
Wait, you've driven it?
Oh yeah.
So
Somebody
I've
stole
known
tires
Jeremy
off
since the
of it at
second
one
grade.
point.
it's
It's true. It's true.
cars are in as much as David's blood as
There in yours.
they can possibly be. Like, you can't like them any more than David and myself and apparently Chip.
It's true.
So we were all excited to get this car going. So we got we got the oil's ready, the fluids are all ready, we got everything checked. Battery was charging up. We got a battery charge on it. Charger's ready to go. Everything's working great, but it's carbureted, and it hasn't been ran in 2 years. I haven't even tried to start this.
Mike wants to know if you borrowed a tire off of it once.
We did. His same car.
Okay.
Yep. We did borrow a tire off of it for his truck.
That's hilarious. Is this the same lug
that's
pattern?
the one in the middle of the night. They're
It's
driving.
the same lug pattern?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
hilarious.
no, Jeremy's told this during the podcast. Like somebody had a flat.
Mike Fish had a flat.
And so then they drove around all night. They've like looking at all of David's cars, all of Jeremy's cars, all of Mike's cars. Nothing had a match. And then Jeremy's like, "But my dad."
We had not checked that car yet. And I was like, "What are the odds? Same bolt pattern, same everything."
I can't believe it.
We use Tire Rack to look like you're gonna buy a wheel for it. It'll tell you your 5x114 or whatever. You know, like a pattern. And so we checked everything. And nothing matched except for that car.
And they had it put back on
We had
the
to
car.
sneak in that at 2 a.m. because Mike worked overnights. So it was 2 in the morning. So we snuck in at, midnight to midnight, noon to midnight or whatever. So it's midnight, and then by the time we actually figure it out. So we snuck in at 2 in the morning, jacked it up, pulled the tire off, drove all the way to Moose Lake, put the tire on, drove it to his house, jacked it back up, took the tire back off, drove it all the way back, ordered my dad's, and put it back on the car.
And he never knew about it.
He to this day still doesn't.
Still doesn't know about
Unless
it.
he watches this podcast or the other episode we talked about this.
Maybe if Janae was on, he would watch.
You're not
There's
wrong.
that. I mean, we all know that Janae is Jerry's favorite.
You're not wrong. Anyways, so it's a long-standing trick. So if you, I used to go, my grandma and grandpa used to have a cabin, right? So if the well's not working, you prime the well. So you take a bucket of water. They always just left a bucket of water under, in the front of it that you, when you pump the well. You take the well, you pour it down the shaft, and then you pump it, right? And what happens is the water creates a seal and a vacuum and actually starts to pull the rest of the water up. Otherwise, the seals all dry out and everything's all settled back down. And then as long as you pump it for the rest of the weekend, you don't ever need to prime it anymore because this water's already filled the lines and everything like that.
Yep.
It's the same thing in a carbureted car. You pop the air filter off, you can pour a little bit of gas in the carburetor, and then when you crank it, it will fire because it's just drawing it from the carb instead of all the way at the fuel pump. Once the engine starts, you have a giant vacuum.
Yeah, it sucks. It'll actually fill the gas line.
Pull the gas up to the front of the vehicles. Now, you only usually have to do this 3 times, if that. So my dad and David and I were standing there, and David poured a little bit of gas in. I had a little cup of gas, and he poured a little bit of gas in. Very inappropriate time for the banana. Very inappropriate. So he poured a little bit of gas in. Whoever activated, I'm just kidding. Was that you?
It's Jim.
Oh, it's Jim. I'm just kidding. So anyway, so we poured a little bit of gas in, and it started and then died again, and then died immediately. And then we poured a little bit more gas in and started, and it ran for about a half a second, and then it died. And then so my dad, everybody in the room knew better. My dad's like, "Oh, pour a little bit in as you're cranking it." So what happens is if you let go of the ignition, the throttle plates shut, or if you let off, because you pump the gas too, right? It's a mechanical fuel pump, so you pump the gas pedal. When you let back, the throttle body shuts, and then it can ignite outside of the engine, and that you get a backfire. Well, it backfired, it went up, it lit the gas on fire in his hand, and so then the cup is on fire in his hand, but he was pouring it in. So it lit, and now it's like running down too. So it lit everything. So reaction was to just get rid of it, but he didn't drop it. That could have burned the car. He
Burned the whole garage down.
Burned the whole garage down. He went to get it away from the fire, but it was too late. So as he did that, the gas got on his shirt. I'm in the car, and he is a complete fireball. I mean it, a complete fireball. And he ran outside immediately. Like we all know, they teach you stop, drop, and roll. They mean that you have to act fast when someone's on fire. So he got outside, immediately ripped his shirt off, and then he was out. It was done. So he ripped his shirt off and threw it on the ground. His shirt was burning. It was crazy. So his shirt was sitting there in a smoldering pile on the ground. No one knows where the cup of gas went. Was it
just a plastic cup?
No, it was a glass bottle. Chris and I have learned about foam and gas and plastic vessels.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah, and so it's just It didn't look that bad, to be perfectly honest. For the first, 5 minutes, it was just looked like sunburn. And we didn't know, because I have put water on a chemical burn before, and the water can trap the chemical on your skin and burn you even worse. So we didn't know, can we do it with a gasoline burn?
Ice pack would probably be your best bet.
Mm-hmm. Anything to cool it down. Right? So I Googled it, and it said it would be fine for a gasoline burn, and you want to cool it down. So we cooled it down, and we brought him up to the emergency room. Well, the emergency room took 20 minutes to even
Which blows
admit
my
him.
mind. You'd think a burn victim would be like, let's get him in.
Well, at least
I think they can assess it like it wasn't life-threatening burns.
It's true, but
well, the frustrating thing was the treatment was to put a chemical, like a cold pack, it was actually like rags soaked in sodium chloride, and then they put that on it, and David went from a 20 out of 10 for the pain scale down to a 5 out of 10 for pain. And so he was sitting there, and then, he was in a lot of pain. Like, he was like, I just want the pain to go away. I just want the pain to go away. So after putting the bandages on, it brought the pain way down for him, which was the first relief Ashley and I have had since we were spending time with them. So while we were waiting, though, that 20 minutes in the waiting room, skin was falling off of his neck and skin was falling off of his hands, and it was continually he was
just
still
sloughing off.
burning, though. Yeah. If there's not heat, the nurse even said that. It's because the heat is taken away, the skin is still hot, and it'll continue to cook itself. It's higher than it's supposed to be.
That's wild.
Because I really wish they would have cooled him down earlier. It is just absolutely crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So I was like, David, why is it you and I always get in trouble when we spend time together?
Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully Ashley still allows me to spend time with David, or David with me. So
you guys have been best friends forever.
Well, he was supposed to help Mike tomorrow. And Mike, he's not gonna be able to do anything for probably a week, as in like lift a hammer, lift a tool, lift anything really.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck?
Jeez.
So.
Yeah. That sucks. You won't be able to shoot us with a Nerf gun for a while.
He was supposed to be shooting us tonight. I did want to, since there is going to be no Nerf.
Why is this thing being such a butt? Hold on.
Because there is no Nerf. I do want to display, because Mike went through all the hard work of getting it for us. I want to go grab that helmet.
Where is it?
Where is that helmet, Chris?
It's on the table back there.
Go grab it. Put it out.
I'm definitely glad I wasn't in the back of my car. Because I took a turn on the way here and I heard something tumbling in the back, and I'm glad it wasn't that.
What do you think? Do you want this in the center or on one of the sides?
Oh, the center is fine, I suppose.
Let's do center.
So, Jeremy, try putting that on your head.
All right.
So Mike says, he says he's glad that he's going to be okay.
Yeah,
he's going to be okay, but we are all kicking ourselves for being dumb.
Like you said, everybody knew better, but when you're told by the oldest person in the room to do a slow stream, you're like, yeah, okay, let's do it.
Anyways, we'll talk about this for a minute, too. We have time to talk about this, right?
I imagine so. It's your stream.
This is our first official Loyal Moses helmet. Now, as you can see, Loyal Moses, he's a streamer on Twitch. Him and his Mrs. LM is her name, as she goes by on Twitch. They do a Patreon where they print helmets, and they hit 2,000 followers and had a 24-hour stream. And during that stream, Mike was able to make a deal, and he got this awesome helmet and another helmet, which is still on the way. He's absolutely awesome. If you want to watch just him make helmets, it's all he streams is him making helmets. He does giveaways too. So this is one of his helmets. This is actually one of his favorite helmets he's made. So Chris, I'm pretty sure this was done with the filament where it's two colors, but I think like the front half is a certain way and the back half is a certain way, because I don't know how else you would get that. Is that...
I can't remember who makes it. Jim, you know what this, or if Ryan was looking too, it's like rainbow filament, but different.
Yeah.
So it's like, isn't it like the disc, and like this half is one color and this half is the other color?
So remember, like it lays down layer by layer. So the front and back, like it's like rainbow, but it switches back and forth between it, like per run essentially.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why like there's some blue creeps forward and some green creeps back because it's not completely concentric.
It came out super well though. I can't believe how it's like, predominantly green in the front, like almost perfect, and then in the back is blue. But as you can see, I didn't realize it actually is a big helmet. Okay, the dome is actually big. Like this would fit me, but apparently I wasn't meant to be a Mandalorian because these indents right here, these cheek cuts cut down on the overall circumference. So when I try to put this on my head, okay, that's it. That is legitimately actually it. It's more of a top hat for me than it is anything else.
The bun isn't
undo your
helping.
hair?
It's just a messy bun. It's not like it's that hard to put back in.
Well, no, we lost all of our viewers.
Works for me.
Isn't that an absolute...
Yeah, Matter Hackers makes the... Oh, funny.
What?
Oh, someone did the face snap filter.
Can't
Anyways,
get me.
so this will be a new set dressing for the time being, as long as it's on loan to us. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's absolutely turned out.
It's a cool
really
print.
Really brilliant.
Hey, can you toss me your hat real quick?
Yep. You want me just to leave it off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
figured.
can you can just leave it wherever.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Mike, do you have a large dome like Jeremy, or would you?
I think Mike's got a smaller head than Jeremy.
Like when I put it on, the cheek cutouts like brush my cheekbones, and then once it like settles, then it fits perfectly.
That we might need to get that couch replaced.
Oh yeah, right.
All right, so we've gone long enough without doing this. This is the headliner of the show. We are going to be going through and ranking each of the main titles of the Star Wars franchise. This includes the television shows and the movies to date.
Got it.
So the video games, like there's a trillion video games. We could just rank the video games once. Sometimes, like there's just two. Like this is just the things that you watch, not the things that you play
Okay.
or read.
Okay. So say yeah, you put the books in there. Holy cow! I mean,
Jim said he found an STL that makes you. Oh my goodness, Cam, you
Cam,
are
you rock,
ridiculous.
man.
Cam, we are putting that towards David's burn fund.
Poor David.
Jim said he found an STL that makes your own bicolor filament, but it takes forever to slice, and he hasn't tested it yet.
Got it.
Interesting.
I'm wondering if you have to like hot swap filaments back and forth
Oh.
or something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure he will tell me. But okay, so I don't know if you guys can read this or not, but our tiers are Jedi Master, Jedi Knight, Padawan, Youngling, and Forced to watch. All right, so we're not like doing any hierarchy. We're just putting them in the tiers that they belong in.
Okay.
So Book of Boba Fett. Where do you think Book of Boba Fett belongs?
Kara, you take care. I'm gonna.
Book of Boba Fett.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to rank these. Well, you and I can rank them.
Yeah.
Book of Boba Fett. Let's put it. What's this? What's the second one?
Jedi Knight.
Put it in Jedi Knight or the middle one. Or well, some of the episodes are really good though. Put it in the second slot, Jedi Knight.
Jedi Knight.
Yeah.
Okay. I could. Yeah. I'm with you. It's somewhere between Padawan and Jedi Knight.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So we have the Clone Wars movie.
That's the one on Geonosis. It's really good. I mean,
That's the first thing you're supposed to watch if you're watching them in the suggested watch orders, the Clone Wars movie.
yeah. That's where Anakin finds out Ahsoka's his Padawan.
Yep.
What do you think?
I would put it similar to Boba Fett.
Boba
Like
Fett?
it kicks everything off well, but I
Yeah.
don't think that it's like mandatory, like must watch. Like if you're
Yeah.
going to watch Clone Wars, I definitely think you watch this first.
Right.
But I don't think that it's like
For me, it's somewhere between, like, is it Jedi Master? Or the rankings?
yeah, Jedi Master is the top, Jedi Knight.
It's somewhere for me between Jedi Master and Jedi Knight. So yeah, putting in
Right.
Jedi Knight's fine.
We'll put it at the
Let's
top
not go
of
too
Jedi
high
Knight.
because, like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like as good as Mandalorian or anything like that. So
Yeah.
Jedi Knight's good. Yeah.
All right, so our next one is the Clone Wars series.
Jedi Master, baby.
Yeah, that's easy. All right, so we have episode 1.
The Phantom Menace. What's the second from the bottom?
Youngling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
buy
cringiness and a lot of Jar Jar Binks. I'm just kidding.
That. Yep, fair
I
enough.
love Ahmed Best. Don't get me wrong, but
So the order that these went in, so we're just gonna be going episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So episode 2.
2 Attack of the Clones, I'd say was better than Phantom Menace. So maybe put that kind of in the middle-ish. What do you think?
Padawan.
Sure.
I think it's either top of Youngling or Padawan.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of where I'm sitting on those two as well.
We'll go Padawan for right now.
And if we end up getting a lot in Padawan, then we can scoot it down to Youngling.
All right, so the next one, so episode 3.
Episode 3, go ahead and put that somewhere Jedi Knights-ish area.
Is it better than Book of Boba Fett?
It makes me sad. Well, I mean, I guess Boba Fett makes me sad too, because anyway.
Yeah, so like if it's in this tier, is it better than the Clone Wars movie?
Yeah, put it at the top, I guess.
All right, so it's the top of Jedi Knight so far.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So next we have episode 4.
Jedi Master, because that is my favorite Star Wars movie.
Is it, so would that be top of Jedi Master then? Would it be ahead of Clone Wars, the
I would
series?
say so.
Okay.
What do you think?
It's my favorite of all of them, so I would
Okay,
put it there
okay, yeah.
for sure. All right, Empire Strikes Back, the universe's favorite movie.
I mean, it is an excellent movie. I would put all, like, 4, 5, 6, I would put in Jedi Master.
And so ahead or behind of Clone Wars, the series.
You can put it before.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think that these two at least are better than
Yeah.
Clone Wars, the series. But all right, so Return of the Jedi.
I also love Return of the Jedi.
So this is the first one where I think I would put it after Clone Wars.
That's fine. That works for me.
So we've got a very interesting like descending shape here.
We just need one more in Padawan.
Yeah, well, so we've got episode 7.
Jedi Knight is fine, I guess. Or Jedi Knight or Padawan.
See, I think
Top of Padawan.
it's somewhere in there. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it better or worse than episode 2. It's like tied with episode 2 to me.
Okay. Like of 7, 8, 9, definitely the best in my opinion.
Yeah.
And like Jeremy said last week, like 7 actually got him hyped, thinking like they might actually come out with a good Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah.
And then they
yeah, and
tanked
then
it.
episodes 8 and 9 retroactively kind of like pushed it down.
Yeah.
I forgot how good the start of episode 7 was. Mm-hmm. And like the whole thing was like after the opening crawl, like the old friend to blah 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 blah, and that guy ended up meaning absolutely nothing to the franchise at all.
I know, that bugged me. Like, it's this old guy. You have never find out who he actually, like, you get his, if you look for it, you can find his name, but it's like, you don't know who he is.
Yeah, why would he have this piece of the map? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, to you, she's a general, but to me, she's a princess.
Yeah, so it's like, was he like,
like-
an old Alderanian? I don't know.
Right, that's just it. It's like, who is he? I wish, I want more story.
So episode 8. So I'll say this. If you cut out the first hour and 45 minutes of it, I would put it up in Jedi Knight.
How long is the movie?
Like 2 hours and 20 minutes.
So it was a 45-minute movie. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, so I would probably have it like here.
Why don't you put it at, really, you would put 7 above Book of Boba Fett. I would not.
The last 45 minutes of episode 8 are quintessentially amazing Star Wars moments.
No, I agree.
It's everything in front of that that drives it down to like, honestly, it might be worse than episode 1 to me.
It's bad.
We'll let Jeremy weigh in on these eventually, but for right now, I think it's the worst one so far. I mean,
Works for me.
pretty easily this one's gonna slot like right here, I think.
Is that
episode 9?
Yeah, he tried, and
Honestly,
there are
I
good
have no
parts.
will to go and rewatch it. I might just put it in a force to watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking of the things that happened in episode 9.
Yeah.
What about it? Like, it was like, I need to go back and rewatch that.
He really did he did Poe, Finn, and Rose dirty. Like,
Yeah.
they could have been these amazing characters. And I guess both Ryan and JJ, in the end, boned them as far as their roles went.
The whole sequel trilogy was them taking turns going back and forth, negating what the other person had done.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything from like Palpatine coming back was like could have been really cool, but fell flat. Like I completely
Zombie
whatever.
Palpatine.
The whole like the fake out of Chewie getting killed, I didn't like.
No.
The whole thing where it's like, Rey, I've got to tell you something, and then never tells her anything.
I know.
Riding horses on a Star Destroyer, all of it's like,
Yeah. It's like,
honestly, the lightsaber pass was sick.
Yes. Yes.
I love that.
Yep. That was cool.
Bringing let Rey die and Kylo live with the guilt or remorse or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have been a better ending. Just saying just Rey instead of Rey Skywalker would have been better. There's
The
so many
great
things.
scene in that though was when Rey was standing there, and all of a sudden you heard all the Jedi voices.
So
That was a sick scene, but it does not make up for the rest of the movie.
So there's like, so if we're cutting the first hour and 45 minutes off of episode 8, we're cutting like everything but about 7 minutes of episode 9.
It's true. So if we're judging it as a whole, that's fine. Cam even said yes, forced to watch. So we have the
Jeremy, do you want to
audience
weigh in on
weighing
any of these that we've done up to this point, or do you trust us?
Read me what you got so far.
right.
Okay, so in Jedi Master, we have
Number 1,
Yeah, so inside of each tier, the further left it is, the higher it is in that tier.
kind of like what we did with the Christmas songs.
Yeah, exactly. So we have episode 4, episode 5,
Yep.
the Clone Wars series,
'Kay.
Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Would
And
you
then
rearrange
in-
those in any
Nope.
way? Okay.
Then in Jedi Knight, we have episode 3, the Clone Wars movie,
Okay.
and then Book of Boba Fett.
Hey, nice.
So there's some we haven't gotten to yet, obviously, on the bottom that we haven't done thus far. In Padawan tier, we have The Force Awakens in episode 2.
Okay.
Then in Youngling, we have episode 1 and episode 8.
Okay.
And then in Force to Watch, we have episode 9.
Perfect.
Is there anything that you think should go higher or lower?
Nope,
or-
that's pretty darn close.
Okay. So now we've got Kenobi.
So good.
So this is the first one that I think we might have some contention here.
Where
It's-
would you
it's
put it?
definitely better than Book of Boba Fett.
Yes.
I agree with that.
I agree.
I
would argue
I would
it's
put it
better-
right here. I'd put it after episode 3, but ahead of Clone Wars.
It's
the
kind of like
movie.
episode 3.1.
It kind of is. I'm
fine with that. Let's do it. See, there
Like
you go.
the first 3 episodes are slow enough that it stops me from thinking that it's like up in the top tier, but it's definitely good, and it picks up a lot as it goes through. Like we're talking about rewatchability. Like I would be forced to watch episode 9 again. If you said let's watch Kenobi over again this weekend, I would watch it right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I think it fits really nice right there.
I like it.
Cool. Down with that.
All right, The Mandalorian.
That goes in Jedi Master for me.
Okay, so now the question is it better than Return of the Jedi?
No,
It's not better than Jedi for you?
not for me.
So it would just sort of slot right like that, holding up the
Luke's-
bottom of the top tier.
Luke's scene in Mando is cool because of Return of the Jedi. Like how we saw him take over the sail barge, fight Vader, turn it down, and the whole thing. 6 is better than Mando. That's a good spot where
All
we
right.
have it parked.
Yeah, I would agree, and like it's like kind of interesting that if Clone Wars wasn't here, it's just like this ascendant arc of like it goes 4, 5, 6. Man, it's just chronological, except that this would technically go here. But
Right.
okay, so what do we have left? We have Rebels, Star Wars Rebels.
it's a
I've
good
not seen
show.
this, so I don't get to vote.
I would say better than Book of Boba Fett after
Yes.
Kenobi.
Yeah, between Kenobes and Book of Boba.
So better than the Clone Wars movie.
Yep.
Okay.
Ahsoka. I mean,
So this
everybody
is
in
this
that
is where
show.
Fulcrum
But
Ahsoka shows up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, she is sick. She's amazing.
So Mike says Mando is better than Return of the Jedi.
Update for David for everybody.
Oh yeah.
From the sounds of it, he doesn't have to go to a burn ward or anything.
Good.
They're just putting a thick white ointment on, bandage, change twice,
A day.
either every other day or twice daily. Maybe it must be twice daily.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say twice daily
If
makes
it's
more sense.
twice every other day, then it'd just be once a day. They'd be doing
Yeah.
weird math then.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so twice daily for a couple days, and then they won't know if he reached 3rd degree. So right now, clearly second, according to the doctor. They don't know if he reached third degree burns until after 72 hours
Okay.
to see what type of like penetration there was.
So does he have to
into
go
the
back
skin.
then?
He must have to.
Jeez.
So, but they're taking care of Matt Cloquet, and then they're giving him drugs for the pain. So,
Mike says get a second opinion in Duluth.
Yeah, no, like I don't want to.
Not knocking anything.
Yeah, I don't want to dump on Cloquet's healthcare system, but they're the reason why I didn't have surgery on either of my knees, and both of my knees are totally jacked now.
They're the reason I didn't have surgery when I needed surgery. And I went to Duluth and boop, everything got fixed.
So
Just saying. I'm sorry.
by the time I'm
too much
50,
up.
I'm going to have some knee replacements because I had ligament damage that wasn't addressed because Cloquet said it didn't need to be addressed. So
dang.
it's going to be fun.
Nope.
We'll be doing the podcast and I'll be walking around with a cane.
Yep.
Mike says, just saw it. Looks ick.
It looks real ick.
It definitely looks like burns.
Yeah. Jeremy
right.
sent me pictures.
So we've got resistance.
I would put that in Padawan.
What's the yellow tier?
Youngling. That's where episode 1 and episode 8 are currently.
Yeah.
Like I liked the
Right
characters.
Right where the shadow is at the moment. You can just let go and it should snap.
You're gonna
That's where
put
you
you're gonna
want.
put Bucket right there?
Yes. You want to give it higher than that?
I mean Toradoza's sick. Bucket's cool. I mean
Bucket's really
Kaz
cool.
is kind of the one that brings it down.
The main
So
character.
if you look at it like this, in terms of watchability, would you watch episode 1 and episode 8 before you watched Resistance again?
I'd probably watch Resistance before episode 8.
Yeah, move it to the left one.
So right about there.
Yeah. But I would watch episode 2 before Resistance, I think.
I want to do a drop, but I'm not on the stream and on my phone.
Is
All right.
Stream Protocol droid gonna get there? I don't think it is. All right, so now to the only 2 up to this point Star Wars stories. Rogue One.
Jedi Master.
Master for you?
Rogue One is excellent. And we can put it in night.
Well, do you think it's better than Mandalorian first? Do you think that Carrie? Do you think it's better than Mando?
No, I don't. No,
It might be.
Maybe
K2SO, I'm one with the Force and the Force is with me.
I would.
For
So then
me,
the other question is, if we're thinking this year, is it better than episode 3?
Is it better than Kenobi?
I could be, I guess.
I guess put it at the.
For me, I would probably put it about here for me. I think that I'd watch Kenobi before I'd watch it again. It is really good, but I would watch episode 3 in Kenobi, I think, before I'd watch this again.
I mean,
It makes sense to me. I
I'm
really
fine
like
with it.
Kenobi. That's
I did
the
too.
problem.
Also, that's why we're ranking them to figure out.
no, that's fine.
Are you guys
I'm good
okay with it
that.
here? Or do you want to
Yeah,
move it
put
up
it
at
there.
all?
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm not gonna argue that. That's fine.
So just in terms of granted, it would take me forever to watch Clone Wars again, but I'm pretty sure that this, up to this point, this is pretty much dead on to how I haven't watched. For me, I'd probably have to put Rebels at the top because I haven't seen Rebels yet. But
It's really good. Really good.
all right, so now Solo. Is Solo better than Book of Boba Fett?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say so.
Is it better? It's definitely better than Force Awakens.
Yes. Solo's
So
good.
is it top of Padawan or is it bottom of Jedi Knight?
Do it top of Padawan.
Perfect. It's good, but it's not like.
There's definitely parts of it that it's okay.
Yeah.
So, and Padawan's the middle level. So I think top of the
It's
middle
just
level.
kind of your
makes sense.
average rated movie.
So it looks like what we've figured out is of the, what's that? 10, 11 of the 18 movies. There's only 18 movies and TV shows. There's only 4 that aren't really cutting the mustard. And there's some that are sort of borderline, yeah, those are pretty all right, I guess. And then there's a bunch of really good ones. And then I think that sums up Star
that,
Wars pretty
yeah.
well to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good with this. I like it. We did good.
Really? It had to be the pizza?
That's the best emote we have. Don't even pretend like it isn't. Oh, dang.
Yeah!
You just did it. You
And
just
that's
got
why
it.
I chose that one.
I'm going to drop my new favorite emote.
What's your new favorite emote?
Rest in
R.I.P..
peace.
Rip. All right.
I like how it disconnects from from
I
the
know,
thing that
from
pops
the-
back up.
Yep.
I'm not going to hit it. All right, so man, I have had a migraine all day today, and it is killing me staring at these screens.
I was gonna say I've got ibuprofen in my purse if you want ibuprofen.
So, all right, I think so. That is the definitive ranking of the Star Wars.
What do you all think of it? Would you guys change anything, or do you guys like it? I think we did
Oh,
good.
whoops! I forgot to turn this thing off first before I got rid of that. There we go.
Really liking the helmet.
What's your guys' favorite movie? Ours is apparently A New Hope.
I love A New Hope.
It's such a good movie. That's whenever I have a patient that asks which one's my favorite, it's always A New Hope because it's kind of its own self-contained movie and it's good. It's real good.
Growing up, Empire Strikes Back was my favorite for a long time, but going back and rewatching and everything is like, and I love Empire Strikes Back, but A New Hope is just a better movie.
You can you just when they meet Chewie and Obi-Wan cuts the guy's arm off, and then when you woohoo, let's get out, let's blow this thing and get out of here, and Darth Vader's what as he gets checked out of the trench run, and
Mike, I'm curious, where would you have put the last the Rise of Skywalker?
is Mike?
He just said he disagrees with Force to Watch.
What do we have in Force to watch? The
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, that's the only one that it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I think poor JJ was just forced to, like, he was just trying to make the Rise of Skywalker into the trilogy that he wanted the whole thing to be after Rian Johnson made The Last Jedi into what he wanted it to be.
So I will say, like, there were moments in it that I think are appreciable, but like, so while you were gone, I was talking about if you cut the first hour and 45 minutes off of Episode 8, it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Once they get on Crate, it's good.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Or
And-
after they get back from Canto Bight.
Yeah, basically, if you cut everything up to and including Canto Bight, it's awesome.
Yep.
Like, if they started the movie there and then went to, like, that could have been incredible.
Yeah.
Like, because it'd be like, oh, you'd be like literally starting on this battle, this desperate battle, and you
Yeah.
could just say, oh, we ran out of space gas and had to stop here and defend ourselves,
Yeah.
whatever. You don't need to show this horrible whatever.
Yeah.
I guess we wouldn't have the meme of the Holdo maneuver, though.
I think we would have lived. Hold on, what if for sure? Sorry.
Has anybody photoshopped instead of the Radis, that ship, it being like a dinosaur from Jurassic Park just going through the thing? She's from Jurassic Park.
Oh, it's true.
Is she in Dominion?
Yeah.
She is, huh?
Yep.
That's her first appearance since the original one, right?
Was she she was in Jurassic Park 3, wasn't she?
Was she?
Is that the one?
I
where
guess
they
I
go
can
to-
just look up Laura Dern
Gotta
real
Googs
quick.
it.
If she was in another one, I think it was 3. Otherwise, she was only been in those 2.
Yeah, I don't. I know Jeff Goldblum came back in 2,
Yeah, when
was
he
in
has the
2.
daughter.
and then he came back in the last Jurassic World.
The one where the kid goes missing, like they're parasailing, like the father and son.
That's 3.
That's 3.
Yeah. That's one of my
2 is
favorite.
the
Yep,
one
she
where-
is in Jurassic Park 3. I knew
She
it.
is. Okay.
That's the one where it's running around in San Diego.
No, that's 2, isn't it?
Is that 2? No, that's 3.
3
2,
is-
they're on the. Oh, do I have them backwards?
Yeah.
So the one that I 3. No.
3 is the one where they're parasailing
Parasailing. And
I don't
around
remember
the
parasailing.
island, and it's a Spinosaurus.
Well, so
Jurassic
What
Park
I
2 is where
hold on.
Jeff Goldblum's character is.
Yeah, they go to the island.
Yes.
His girlfriend, his daughter sneaks along with him or whatever.
Yeah.
It's all on the island. So Jurassic Park 3 is when they go to San Diego. I'm pretty sure.
No, that is all still 2.
Is that still part
That's
of 2?
still 2. Is
You know what? You're right. They take the T-Rex,
they take the T-Rex.
and he has.
And Inacorp, his daughter's there, and Inacorp steals the dinosaurs, and Jeff Goldblum steals the dinosaurs, and they take it back to do the work on it, and then they get it on a ship and they send it back to the island and like unmanned or whatever. And then 3,
Because
they're
then 3 is the
parasailing.
Spinosaurus.
Yeah, they're parasailing.
And with the cell phone, whenever you hear the cell phone ring, you're like, oh shoot, something's
It's-
going to go down.
It's in the thing's poop.
Yep. Terrifying. In 2, it's where the guy gets ripped in half by the 2 T-Rexes. Remember
Apparently,
there
I
it
don't remember anything from 3. I apparently think that the second half of 2 is in 3. So
I remember bits and pieces.
I remember
like
not
this-
enjoying 3.
The parasail comes around the corner,
Oh, it's
and then all of a sudden, like, it's empty. Like,
Who's
the
the
people
main
are
character
gone.
from Shameless?
William H. Macy.
He is in 3.
So is 3 the one where Grant is like on the plane or whatever, and there's like a velociraptor. It's like, "Hello, Alan," or whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
That is all 3.
Okay.
So what happened? So because Grant wasn't in 2 at all, and then in 3, William H. Macy tricks Grant into going back to the island, and because his son was parasailing, and the boat got eaten by a dino,
Okay.
and so he needs to go
Spinosaurus.
rescue his son, and that's the whole thing. Like it's like, oh, at least he's smart, and he'll be near the edge of the island where there's less big dinosaurs. And then Grant's like, no, the closer you are to water, the bigger the dinosaurs are. Like, inland is actually the safest. So they like get picked up by a helicopter. But 3 is not that good of a movie.
No, it is not. Oh, hi, Al. Welcome to the stream. So Mike wants to know how long the Duff has been on set.
It's been on for a long time.
Yeah, it's a couple months, I want to say.
It's been
At
on a
least-
while.
I had it. It was over by the Darth Vader for a while, and I think it was on the
It was
front
on the
thing
table
for
for
a
a
little bit.
while. I think it's basically been on set since the podcast has been here.
Basically, yeah.
At least since we flipped it this direction.
Since we flipped it for sure, and it might have been on the other side too. It had been in my car forever. My sister had gotten it for me.
Yeah.
So
Is
been a
Mike a
while.
big fan of The Simpsons?
I hope so.
Which Mike was it?
Fish.
Like fish. So do we want to see? So I watched a Watch Mojo video that ranked the top 20 Star Wars characters of all time. Do you want to go through that list and agree or disagree?
Sure.
Ahsoka number 1, Kenobi number 2.
You're so
They're
funny.
not
Kenobi-
even close.
Kenobi number 1.
I mean, Ahsoka, Kenobi number 1.
You are so funny. You can only have one.
So let's go. Like we'll have you
Ahsoka?
get you legitimate guess. Remember, this is a Watch Mojo list that we're ranking or reviewing.
They're going to say it's either Darth Vader or Luke.
So you just lock in your guesses now. Who you think the number? We'll just go in order. No, let's go backwards. So we're just gonna start at number 20. So just keep in mind what you think that it's gonna be.
Okay.
Who number 20 would be?
So I don't know if you guys would ever guess the number 20. It's gonna be really hard.
Jar Jar Binks.
He didn't make the
Jabba
list.
the Hutt.
Didn't make the list.
Salacious Crumb.
There's so many better characters than Salacious Crumb.
you know what Gumball taught me?
Bosk.
What?
Bosk.
No. You guys are naming people that have been in these movies for 3 minutes.
Lando Calrissian.
He's on the list. He's higher than 20.
Okay. So we now know what to kind
Ray.
of.
Ray is actually higher than 20.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's gonna be higher than that. Poe.
Not on the list.
Do you know Gumball taught me that Salacious is more than just the first name of Crumb?
Yeah, it has. Yes, I mean, I'm glad that it did. How did Gumball teach you this?
Somebody called another character Salacious as an insult, and then I looked like, oh, your mom's salacious or whatever. And I think,
Damn!
yeah, it means somewhat promiscuous, does it
Yeah.
not? Yeah. So,
Jeremy, you're so salacious.
So I was like, no, what did that? I'm like, that's not insult. That's just Salacious Crumb from. So apparently it's, yeah. Anyway, sorry.
All right, so
Okay.
IG88 and Biggs and Salacious Crumb all did not make the list.
Okay, what does number 20 start with? What's the first letter?
M.
M. Mon Mothma.
No, she didn't make the list either.
Maz Kanata.
She did not make the list.
Mace Windu.
Mace Windu.
Is
He's
number
only
20?
Yeah, that's
He should be higher than number 20.
okay.
All right. So that's
Like 19 at least.
Mace.
Well, so here's the thing. So number 19 is Qui-Gon Jinn. Is Mace Windu better or worse than
Qui-Gon
Qui-Gon?
Jinn should be way higher.
So here's the thing. I agree until you actually look at the list. Well, so there are some that I think he's better than. But I think it's hilarious. It's like there's hundreds of Star Wars characters. And we've talked about two. We think both of them have been disrespected for even basically making the list not high enough. Okay.
Okay.
18. You guys are going to be insulted. Captain Rex.
He should be way
He
higher
should be like
than
number
18.
3. Come on.
He's a pivotal character.
So here's the first part where I take exception to the list, being able to look at the whole thing. Ray is at number 17.
That's fine.
To me, Ray doesn't even make the list.
She shouldn't, but
Like
20
I would
would've
put
been fine.
several. I would put all
Wampa
of
above Ray.
Bad Batch on here ahead of Ray.
Wait, Bad Batch isn't on here?
No,
There's nobody from Bad Batch on here.
no, that makes sense. If Rex
Nobody-
is 17,
Wrecker?
Bad Batch isn't gonna
nobody.
get on there.
Omega.
Omega.
When is season 2
Rika?
coming out?
soon.
Sweet. I'm excited.
I am too.
Yeah, Wicket, sorry, did not make it. Kit Fisto did not make it. Shakti did not make it.
Ahsoka's definitely on here, right?
We'll see. Grogu, number 16.
Really? He's
That's-
that low?
that's
I mean,
fine.
it's fine. But
I'm surprised he made the list.
Yeah.
Myself, like
people love him.
He's adorable, but in terms of the best characters, he literally does nothing except for be cute.
He lifted a mud horn.
I guess. He also
he healed
failed to
Mando or
fix
whatever.
the thing inside of the vent or whatever.
That's true.
15, Darth Maul.
Yeah, I think he should be higher, but I don't know where we're going to put him in front of all these characters he's ahead of.
I'm so the only one I really have exception with is like Rey shouldn't be on this list. Being able to see the whole thing,
Yeah.
doesn't deserve to be on the list.
Yeah. No offense to
14,
Daisy Ridley.
Lando.
Lando should be higher too.
You think so?
I think
got
Darth Maul
Han,
should be ahead of Lando.
Chewie,
Lando's
Lando.
cool. Darth Maul is super cool.
Yeah. And you can't kill him. You literally cannot kill him.
BB-8 also did not make the list.
What?
I would definitely replace Rey and put in BB-8. Yay!
I think I replaced Rey with Poe Dameron.
Chopper.
I don't think anybody from Rebels made the list.
I mean, Ahsoka.
I mean, well, she's technically from Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Clone Wars, Rebels, Mandalorian.
Where was I? Darth Maul. So 14 is Lando.
Okay.
13, Boba Fett.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Now that
He would-
he's appeared in Mandalorian and has his own series, I think it's justified. I would have said fanboy way too high before.
Yeah.
I don't know if 13 is. I would probably put him closer to like the 17, 18 range personally. He's cool, but I don't think he's close to the best character.
I got to
And
keep
Al, I
hearing.
think they're going to be sticking with movie and TV show characters.
Yeah, Dash Rendar and Admiral Akbar both did not make the list.
Yeah.
Dash Rendar is super cool though, for what it's worth.
Yeah.
So number 12, Kylo Ren.
He could
I
be
like the
lower.
character in terms of like the best characters.
Maul
I
and
still
Boba
don't.
Fett are cooler than Kylo Ren.
I think that everybody on the list so far is cooler.
Qui-Gon
than
is
Kylo
cooler
Ren.
than
I
Ren by a
think
lot.
Kylo Ren is the second one where it's like I don't think he really even deserves to be on the list.
Right.
At
And
least the
let's-
top 20.
Think about this. Qui-Gon Jinn was the one to figure out the Force Ghost stuff.
If he didn't die at the end of the episode 1, if he had more screen time, I think people would appreciate him more.
Yeah.
Because he was like the second coolest guy in the worst movie.
It's funny you say that. I saw a thing on Reddit today, and it was like if you had to pick one to be your Jedi Master, and they had Kenobi, Qui-Gon.
You know you
Yoda,
can't
Mace
bone your
Windu.
Jedi Master, right?
I mean, just no attachments. Just friends with benefits, man.
Wow.
Anyways,
Just kidding.
do you know the two most updated ones were Qui-Gon? People really wanted them to be their master.
Qui-Gon seems like a guy who who makes sure that you got the education you deserve. Like he's like, Jedi Council says you need to learn math. I say F math. You're gonna learn cool lightsaber backflips
That's
today.
true.
That's how Qui-Gon comes across to me.
Right?
That's true.
Plo Koon did not make it. R2-D2 was on the list.
He better be on the list. All right, so who comes above?
So that's number 12. Number 11, the reason I was happy to say R2 made the list, R2-D2 / C-3PO, the pair of them together are number 11.
That's
Really?
the only
That
way
low?
to do it. Yeah.
And that's what they said in the thing. It's like you can't talk about one without talking about the other.
It's true.
Mike says we need to do a marathon at the podcast. It would be nice to do like a longer than 90-minute stream one of these days.
That'd be fun.
Have my parents do a long
Just
day with
send Chip off to boarding school.
Oh, little boy.
Teach him some real life so he doesn't cry when he's not allowed to walk downstairs. You gotta toughen this guy up.
All kids cry for the most funny reasons.
I know it is hilarious.
I mean, you were just telling us that your nephew freaked the fork out because couldn't fix a stress ball in his
he
mouth.
couldn't shove a. Babies are pretty stupid.
It's so fun.
They're wonderful. I love them. Oh.
So up to this point, the babies that I've been around that are from people that I like, they have not frustrated me at all. Like I haven't really been around young kids that much, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, am I gonna get like super annoyed as soon as they start crying? And it's usually they're crying for like hilarious reasons
Yeah.
to me. So it's like funny.
yeah.
Well, it was like even like when you were in California, he would just cry when you like you gave him. He gave you 15 bottles of water.
Yeah.
And if you didn't take him, he's like, "No, you're not taking my water. Why aren't you taking this gift?"
Why aren't you letting me shove food in the air conditioning?
Yeah. The
He's
adventures we have.
Oh, that child. I love him.
All right, we're into the top 10.
We are in the top, like, the best of the best now.
So
Okay.
number 10, Chewbacca. Completely justified. I think he could be higher.
Depends on who's there. Don't know who's there yet, so.
Jeremy, Chewbacca, fine with you? Number 10?
I feel like he should be higher, but we'll come.
I'm sure this is a life update thing. That's why I'm
Yeah.
not giving you crap.
Yeah.
Number 9, Emperor Palpatine at 9. In terms of best characters.
He's like
He is.
he's better because of the Lego personification of him.
So I
Yeah.
I would say, like, in terms of, like, if we were ranking the top 20 most important
Yeah, he definitely.
characters, he deserves to be up there. But in terms of, like, best characters, he really is just kind of, like, I'm not trying to throw any shade at anybody. He's a two-dimensional cartoon bad guy,
Yeah.
right? He's like, I'm manipulating everyone to my will. He does it extremely well, but, like, as much as I like to say that, like, it was annoying giving Darth Vader the backstory because you take away, like, his badass, and Palpatine's way more badass than Darth Vader at this point, to me,
Yeah.
because there's nothing to humanize him.
Yeah.
If there was more depth to the character, if you saw, like, if they did a pre-prequel trilogy where you follow Shiv around or Sheev or whatever,
His time on Naboo might be kind of cool.
like, it could be interesting seeing how he got into whatever, but, like,
How he
again,
became a
that's
Sith.
like it. Without that extra depth, he is just bad guy that nobody notices is bad guy.
You know what would be interesting? To see how a Sith became a Sith. Because they're
Yeah.
all little kids, all pure innocent at one point, and then somebody takes them in and turns them into this
Yeah,
evil
so
thing.
clearly he had to be missed by who's the archivist that, like, detects the force sensitive people.
Oh, I don't know.
Whatever, you see her for like 2
Yeah.
seconds
Yeah.
in the movie. She's like, if it's not in the archives, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That lady.
She's-
Anyway, she
yeah.
missed him somehow,
Yep.
right? So it's like, because, like, otherwise the Jedi temple would know that he's force sensitive at minimum,
Right.
Right. So it's like, how did he become undetected by the Jedi, but still managed to be found by a Sith Lord, Darth
Right.
Plagueis?
Right.
It's Darth Plagueis, right?
Yep.
Darth
Yeah.
Plagueis.
What's Palpatine's Darth
Sidious.
name? Sidious, yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think of that.
Yep.
Fake fan over here. Anyway, we're spending a lot of time talking about him. Number 9, I think is too high. I'd probably put him in the teens somewhere. I'd probably put him, like, I think Mace Windu and Qui-Gon and Jinn are honestly better characters than him.
Okay.
I'd probably put him at 20 if I'm keeping him in the top 20.
Who?
It's Palpatine.
Oh, Palpatine. I thought we were talking about the next one.
Next one.
Yeah, no, still talking about Palpatine.
Okay,
So
no,
that's just
yeah.
my opinion of him. But
No, yeah, I get
so number 8, The Mandalorian.
He could honestly be lower on my list.
Really, you don't think he's the 8th coolest character?
He hasn't
Or 8th best, I should say. 8th
He
best
hasn't-
character.
like built the universe yet. Like
He's just living in it.
he is there. He's cool, but he should be closer to Grogu. Or you
Grogu's
could-
16. You think he
You
should be?
Yes, you could almost stick Grogu and Mando in the
As
same
one.
slot like you did with R2 and
Yeah.
C-3PO.
Okay.
To be perfectly honest.
It's true.
I'm
the
surprised
two-
you guys weren't pushing for him to be higher.
Well, when you said earlier, like, oh, you got to see who else is on the list, it's like there's a ton of characters that I absolutely adore that I'll just like die every time I get to see him. So keep
Okay.
going.
So number 7, Ahsoka Tano.
She should be higher.
I honestly think she's exactly perfectly
I
placed.
was going to say
Really?
7 is pretty good. You've got to realize
She's in the top 10.
Off the top of
We
my
have not
head.
mentioned basically anyone except for Chewbacca from the OG
Well, I
I
was
was
series.
just
gonna
about to say that.
We
I was
will
like,
see who's higher because
you have Han, I know we've already Chewbacca, but we've have Han, Chewbacca, Luke still, and Leia. We cannot forget Leia.
I
We
like
cannot
Ahsoka better
forget
than all of
Leia.
them.
You can't. Ahsoka is not as good as the original people from the first movie.
I like her better than Luke.
We could keep going. Kara can have her own list.
Yeah. Kara can make her super fan list where it's just 20 listings of Ahsoka Tano in different outfits.
Pretty much. Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum,
here's how
Ahsoka
I
Tano
relate it.
Mandalorian, Ahsoka Tano.
The noble gases are on the top of the periodic table of elements.
They're on the side, actually. They're not on the top.
Well, their numbers.
They're noble
are
because
one.
they don't interact with anything.
They're 1 through what?
They're hold on.
Isn't it like 1 through what? Oxygen is 8.
And now, guys, you're getting a chemistry lesson.
All right, so the noble gases live on the side.
Jeremy is a noble
And they're
gas.
called the noble gases because they don't
Well-
interact with things. Like they're too good to interact with other
Sorry,
stuff.
I was thinking of like hydrogen. What are the
So
top five?
helium, neon, which is 16. No,
No,
neon is
literally
10.
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 atomic weight.
Oh, so it goes hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium. There's a graphic covering up this one. Boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, iron, neon.
Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, and Princess Leia are like your carbon, your oxygen, your nitrogen. They are the building blocks of the Star Wars universe. Without them, nothing would exist, including Ahsoka. They are more important characters, and they have just as good of a story as Ahsoka.
Grogu, you just did me dirty, you stinky little butt.
I agree completely with you. So, anyway, so the noble gases.
I put the Millennium Falcon higher than Ahsoka.
That's funny you bring that. Not that I want to go on a huge tangent here, but
It's
funny.
the Falcon.
It's funny that
It's a ship, it's not a character.
It is a character.
It is
Yes,
not a
it
character.
merged with the identity of
L3, so you're going to say L3 is better than Ahsoka?
When she's on the Falcon.
L3, the sassiness of L3 plus
No.
the coolness of the Falcon.
There isn't another truly inanimate object that could be closer to being animate. I mean, you got like Wally and Short Circuit are actual robots, right? And we have droids in Star Wars.
It's Johnny 5.
The
not
Millennium
Short Circuit.
Falcon is like the banging on it to get it to run. We're home.
It is
Does it
like a
have
character of its own.
garbage?
Does
It
it
really
have
is a
lines?
character of its own. It really like it's
It
so
is a
this is the
character.
thing that is
you
like
consider an inanimate object better than Ahsoka Tano?
Yes.
the garbage
the
will
Millennium
do. The
Falcon.
garbage will do.
It's
The Millennium Falcon doesn't even make a character list for me because
It's
it's
in
not a
the
character.
parsec run in 12 seconds.
Somebody wasn't like, okay, we're going to do a casting call now for the Millennium Falcon.
Your mom would make it. Oh,
What
We're
are
going to throw down here.
7 is Ahsoka Tano. What's 6?
number 6, Princess Leia.
Okay, 5. I've got to collectively get these.
Okay, number 5, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay, and then
He should
4.
be higher for me.
There's no way he could be higher is the thing. If you see the other 4 people, he
It's
has
going
to
to be
be
Luke
5.
and Darth Vader and
4 is
Han.
Yoda.
Yeah, you can't forget Yoda. I would put Ahsoka higher than below Yoda. Keep going.
3, surprisingly, Luke comes in 3rd.
Wow.
3 is Luke. 2 is Han Solo. I would
Absolutely.
flip those 2.
And number 1 is Darth Vader.
Number 1 is Darth Vader. They call it the Skywalker
I
saga
called
for
it.
one
I
reason.
said it was either going to be Luke or Darth Vader. That was number 1.
Well, and I believe I tipped it off by saying it's not called the Obi-Wan Kenobi saga or whatever.
Right.
So
I'm just saying.
I would put Luke number 1. I would put Darth Vader number 2 and Han Solo number 3.
Can we just lump up Han and Chewie as a unit?
Oh, so what? We're going to bump Chewie from 10 up to 3?
He deserves it.
So
You
that-
didn't get a medal in Yavin, and now you're taking away his right to be next to Han.
That's not according to the internet.
Should we do Han / Chewie / the Falcon?
Yes.
You are all dead to me.
They are practically in one unit.
Han Solo minus the Millennium Falcon is just some jerk in tall boots.
Yeah, exactly. You're not wrong. You know, the Falcon might actually be, it should be the Millennium Falcon, Han, and Chewie. Because that is...
The Millennium Falcon destroyed the second Death Star. How could that
did.
not make the list for you?
It's not a character. They
And
didn't do
the
a
Millennium
casting
Falcon
call.
is in charge. Is the reason that Luke is able to destroy the first Death Star.
I will die on the hill that the Millennium Falcon is a character.
No, I'm all in. I agree 100% with Jeremy.
There's not too many things that you can say. Like, there so many things that become personified. The Ents in Lord of the Rings. Like, it's a tree, it's a character.
Ents.
It's a tree, but it's alive, so therefore it's really
And they
easy
had
to
somebody cast for
Anthropomorphized.
it.
I'm trying to think of something that doesn't. What is some... I have the perfect example. Wilson from Castaway. It's dead, but it's a character.
It was never alive, so therefore it's not dead.
It's a character, though. It's a
volleyball with a bloody handprint.
It's just as important.
That he refreshes to keep it a character.
It's just as important as Tom Hanks's character to that. Like, if they didn't have Garfield minus Garfield, right? It's like Wilson minus Tom Hanks. Like,
I like how if you're gonna destroy one character from Castaway, you're keeping the volleyball. Literally, the whole movie starts with like a plane explosion. Then a volleyball washes up on shore and then just sits there for several years until it drifts off to sea. That's the whole movie.
Chris, I want you to go in and I want you to take clips from Castaway where Wilson is in it and Photoshop out Tom Hanks.
And just have it be.
And we'll do the Bang Wilson.
Castaway minus Castaway. You're literally stuck with Wilson. Wilson is there's not a lot of examples. The Millennium Falcon is a character. Ray's speeder, not a character.
I would say that like the DeLorean in Back to the Future is borderline a character.
You're very close.
Because like it acts up, it has its little foibles and stuff that like whatever, like at the end when he like bangs his head on the thing and then it finally goes. It's got like its weird little temperamental quirks and like wrapping back on that, it's like all of us have had vehicles that it's like that are kind of like that. That it's like I
appreciate my car I drive right now because it's just made my life easier with how well it exists and runs and goes.
Like I'll always identify you with that with the Dodge
Dakota. Yeah.
And that thing, I think, like it didn't have like tons of problems or whatever, but like it did enough weird things. It was involved in enough random stories of your life.
Yep.
Right. So like, and I think those are the closest examples, like in our lives, like the freaking Riviera that I had. Yeah. That thing, like it drank brake fluid. The electronics were terrible in it. Why
don't we do this? Do a poll and say if the Millennium Falcon a character, and let's see what chat says, Kara.
All right, chat.
Official capacity.
Okay, all 9 people that are watching us. Okay, 10 people. Okay.
Think about this. I don't think it is, but it even like the AT-AT is almost an iconic like character from Star Wars.
It's not a character. It's a ship.
They personify it as a dog, but there's more than one of them. The Millennium Falcon, there's one of. How many Lego sets were made of the Falcon? Am I bald? Yeah.
When you look, if you look up under like Wikipedia, you're not. The Falcon will be listed under ships, not characters.
A ship could be a character.
No, it can't. It cannot be a character.
Is the ship in Futurama a character?
Yeah.
If you're watching Cars, sure, the cars are characters, but this isn't Cars. This is a TV show about aliens and humans that ride in ships.
Well, hold on. The droid. What's the difference between a droid and a ship?
A droid actually communicates.
The ship communicates.
It does. Your car communicates.
So you're gonna call the Razorback a character?
Razor Crest?
The Razor Crest. Yeah.
At first I thought she said Razor Crack, and I really had
Razorback.
I said the Razorback. The Razor Crest. You can say the Razor Crest is a character.
I was pretty sad
when it got torn apart. Like if I'd seen the eviscerated body of a Jedi Knight or the eviscerated corpse of the Razor Crest, same amount of emotional upsetness.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. But here's the thing: you can put shit back together, but you can't put a Jedi back together.
What about Anakin? He's more machine than man now. They literally said it.
I just you can't. I don't know. The Millennium Falcon. It is gone past the point of iconic into its own thing.
But it's still listed as a ship.
I absolutely think. What is 2001: A Space Odyssey? What's the name of the ship? HAL?
That's the name of the AI that runs it.
There you go. An AI runs it. It's not the ship. It's an AI.
Yeah, Al says the Falcon communicates to C-3PO when the Empire Strikes Back. American Chris Hansen redeemed a super highlight my message. Says, hello there. Hello there.
Hello there.
Nice shirt, Kara. There's a storm
Thanks.
over Glen Burnie, Maryland now. Nothing better than Ahsoka Tano.
So he agrees that Ahsoka should be higher on the list.
Yeah, and that the Falcon is not a character.
The Falcon is a character. Do you want to see the poll is coming through pretty clearly. I turned off additional votes.
So it's just one and done.
You get one vote.
Kara did no, and I haven't voted at all. I don't even need to because it's winning.
Who is voting that the Falcon is a ship or is a
People-
character?
It's basically it has an AI, like a computer droid.
What
brain.
you're saying is because the L3 is what you're saying you like.
Sebastian is a crab, or is he a lobster?
He's a crab.
He's a crab.
Okay, is Sebastian a character?
It is alive. It is breathing. It is talking. It is singing.
Okay, is his shell a part of him or not a part of him?
Okay, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure a crab can't live without a shell, but I'm pretty sure people can live without the Falcon.
Hold on.
hold on.
Can a crab live without a shell?
I'm pretty sure it cannot.
I'm talking.
They can quickly die without it, but it's common for crabs to leave their shells while molting.
Well, what about? I mean, like, is Sebastian a crab?
Yeah.
Yes.
What about like one that like a hermit crab, where it like?
Yes, yeah. No, I think that's a very apt compare. Like, a hermit crab.
So I wouldn't consider the shell like.
Well, no. So if you're thinking of the Millennium Falcon sans intelligent, and then you're giving it credit to L3, but when the Millennium Falcon's vessel is just as important, the shell is just a part of the character as like Sebastian would be in his shell. Like it's alive.
But he's still Sebastian with or without a shell. He's Sebastian.
Actually, I would even. The ship could be completely dead. The Millennium Falcon is a character. There could be no AI, and it is
you
a
guys
character.
are. I'm gonna leave because this has turned stupid. Don't touch me.
You named your cars. Why would you name your car if you didn't?
I don't consider them characters. You give them a name because it's fun.
Don't you ever like slap them and be like, "Way to go"?
Good job.
But am I like, you're a good character?
No one says that. I don't go to Jeremy and say he's a good character.
Like he's
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
No.
We will move on from this, and I want to talk about the top ones, right? So it is really we'll lump.
He talks and he communicates and he does like actual humanoid things. Al, was it Al that said that? Yeah. He said IG-88 is
Not living,
but he's a character. He's artificial intelligence. He's like actually walking around and talking and being humanoid compared to the Falcon that literally sits there until somebody comes in and flips a couple switches and actually launches the dumb thing. Like, you guys saying that's a character is making me actually hate the Millennium Falcon.
Why do you hate the Falcon? I'm trying to say it like this. I'm gonna. Kara brought. I got one more thing to say. We like Halo, right? Mm-hmm. Master Chief's armor is akin to me to the
Millennium
Falcon.
But
However,
I wouldn't consider his armor a character.
but John is not Chief without it. Hence
so
the
you're
show.
saying Han is not Han without the Falcon?
Yeah.
No. Well, no, but I mean no. John. I meant to say John.
No, you did say John,
say
but like Han without the Falcon, like I said, is just like a
guy
jerk.
he's
With
He's still Han Solo.
He isn't really Han Solo.
He is 100% Han Solo with or without the Falcon.
He had that dumb ship, and he's going to catch Raftars or whatever.
Rathtars?
His life was astray when he was away from. He got divorced. His son quit talking to him. All that happened because he didn't have the Falcon.
That might be correlation without causation, but
So you're saying Leia married him for the Falcon?
Yes.
You're gonna say that women don't marry men because they have cool cars?
It has been referred to as a piece of junk. Pretty sure Leia thought it was a piece of junk. Just saying.
I called it, everybody. I knew there was no good way to wrap David's fingers, especially when he's burned more than one. I'm like, do they have bandage gloves? And I just got a picture what David has on bandage gloves. That sucks.
That does. How's he gonna put filament into his printer?
That really sucks. Look at the bandage gloves.
Jeez. That
Poor
sucks.
David. At least he doesn't have to go to Duluth.
He should.
Anyways, no. Paramount redid the Halo TV show, right? And the first thing they wanted to do was get John's helmet off of his face, and it ruined the character. Like, it's such an important part of his identity that it deserves its own recognition. Really, they should have given the Falcon a medal on Yavin. But
Redeem the wheel spin.
I will stop clutching on.
Yeah, no matter what you say, I am not going to agree with you. So there's that.
Oh my goodness.
What is it?
Was that Cam's wheel spin?
That was who redeemed the
Wait,
wheel
did it tick again?
spin.
Oh, you moved it.
Yep, Cam.
Wait, did you ticket one over?
To Kara movie review! Yay!
What was it on?
No being made fun of.
No.
Cam, you get to pick a movie for Kara to watch.
I didn't have to do one this week.
Yeah, we didn't do one last week.
Movie review is too good to pass up. It was too close.
No, Cam, what was it? You had mentioned.
I think
there
I'll
was
actually
something-
erase the green spot and then point like an arrow to the right.
I don't know where my marker went for this.
Chef, that's right. You had said you wanted me to watch Chef. I'll watch that.
Shep?
Chef. Like Chef Boyardee.
Oh, dang. All right.
I don't remember what you said it's about, but I remember you saying it's good. And so far, Cam, you haven't led me astray. I trust you. Unlike some people. Ryan. Jim.
Hey, Ryan's
Chris.
not even watching.
Change the locks
Change the locks.
so Ryan can't come back.
Oh. All right, so do we want to do... We've got 10 minutes left. Do you want to try a round of Google Feud?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is this new?
This is new. I'm sorry, I switched over to... Okay, so let's just recap what I said. I had to switch sources so that I could control the thing. Sorry. Brad says my favorite character is the twin pod cloud car.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Oh man. Oh, I missed a lot of stuff. Sorry. Okay. So, Alice says Falcon communicates with C-3PO and Empire Strikes Back. That's true. Stream Protocol Droid said something. Alice says there's a living ship in Farscape.
Oh, there you go.
But that's
American
not
Chris
so-
Hansen says artificial intelligence is alive but not real. Cam definitely votes that Falcon is a character. Alice says IG-88 is living but not a character. Then there's Brad's cloud car.
Wait, who said IG-88 is not a character?
IG-88 is living but not living but is a character.
Oh, yeah.
Then we had the wheel spin. And then Jon Favreau wrote, produced, and acted in Chef.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch that. I think it'll be good.
And then American Chris Hansen said that ships are not sentient. They are not flesh and blood. They are tools. And I think that
Kind of summed everything up.
whoop. And that's pretty much everything that we said. Well, I was accidentally not on the correct source. But, and then Al said we need more feud, LOL.
Well, I say we need more Google, less feud.
So Google Feud is like Family Feud, except it works on Google search result answers. As you can see, I sort of messed around on here a little bit, just sort of like trying it out. It's hard. So this is going to be a collaborative effort to try and actually get the correct answers.
Got
Okay.
it.
So, and then we'll see if we as a group could beat my high score of 82,000, which is not that great.
Oh, Mike redeemed a wheel spin.
Mike?
Oh, Mike did redeem a wheel spin.
All right.
Look at it go.
Weak.
Would you say weak?
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it.
Another movie review?
The arrow to the movie review?
Well,
All right, Mike, you get to pick a film for Kara to review.
please don't make it ridiculous.
A movie
Pick any
don't
movie you
think-
want. Pick any movie you want.
A movie you think Kara should have seen at this point in her life but hasn't is what
There
we're
you go.
shooting for.
That's kind of what we are shooting for because I get so much grief for not watching certain movies.
So, Mike, do you have a favorite movie that Kara might not have seen?
Hey, I did try hard once. All right, so what category do we want to do? Do we want to do
Star Wars.
That's not an option.
Oh,
That'd
fine.
be entertainment or culture, maybe.
Entertainment.
All right, so we're gonna do entertainment. It does literally. Oh, okay. Sports are is the lead in. So what do we think the answers are here? Why is this acting all crazy?
Sports are boring.
Why is this not? Oh, okay.
Hard. Sports are hard.
Boring.
It's not showing up for some reason, but I can go. Okay, so sports are hard is not in there. Boring.
Yep.
Okay, so boring is on the list.
Woo!
Why is this all nuts? There we go. I'll just
Fun. Sports are fun.
Fun is not on the. What's the Millennium Falcon's favorite movie? Oh, Mike wants to know if you ever finished Monty Python. I'm assuming you mean Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I don't think she
I've
has.
watched it
I've
all.
watched about 20 minutes of it, and I hated it. Sports are the best thing ever. I don't know. What do you think, Jeremy? I don't want to waste all of our guesses. And
Sports are
Not the best thing ever.
how many fails do we get?
You
4.
get one more.
You pick one because clearly I am failing at it.
Sports are old.
Well, so you got to think, like, what are people searching?
What are people searching for?
I'm going to put, like, sports are on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did that not go? Sports are on.
Was it working earlier and now it's just like, oh.
Okay, so.
All right. What were the answers?
Sports are a microcosm of society? How is that the first result? Sports are social construction. Sports are stupid. Sports are rigged. Sports are the engine for social change. Sports are on today. What? Okay, so on, I think, whatever. Sports are a waste of time. Sports are bad, boring, and good. Okay.
Okay.
I'm wondering why this was working earlier. So this is Muppet blank. Muppet blank.
Mike, you're supposed to pick a movie that everybody thinks I should have watched at this point, and I will watch it, and then I will come back, tell you what I liked, didn't like, my overall rating, and who I think would watch it. So,
Okay. Muppets, that's it.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Muppet Babies. Yeah, that was
yeah,
on
nice. Jim Henson?
there. Muppet Jim Henson. Nope.
Of course.
Muppets, Waka Waka.
Muppet Movie. Yep, Muppet Movie was on there.
Okay. Muppets Kermit? I don't know.
Yeah, do that.
Kermit was not on
Good
there.
Lord. Okay.
Did I do Muppet Treasure
Muppets
Island?
canceled?
What just
Muppet Treasure Island is on there. So Muppet Babies, Muppet Treasure Island, and Muppet Movies. What did you
Muppets
say,
in
Jeremy?
Space. Muppets in Space.
In space. No.
Muppets canceled.
Canceled was not on there.
How'd we already lose?
We
So
suck.
characters, babies, Lego minifigures,
What?
Treasure Island, Muppet Show, Muppet Movies, Muppet Meaning, Muppet Lego again, Muppet Wiki, Muppet Band.
Has to be a movie, Mike. Otherwise, I don't necessarily have time to sit and dedicate to shows.
Is he talking about TV shows?
Yeah. Who knows? I may have watched the show anyways.
Mike, she's seen Top Gun, Top Gun 2, or Iron Eagle. You got to have some movies that you absolutely love.
Yeah.
I thought you loved
pick a
Big
movie
Fish.
you love. I watched Big Fish.
Yep.
All right. Who was the voice of
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader? I wish this would. Yep, that was number one.
All right, this is our shot.
Mufasa.
You think Mufasa?
We're just gonna go with James Earl Jones. Okay, fine.
Who was the voice of?
Elsa.
Is that ELSA?
Yeah.
No.
Really? Okay, fine.
Who was the voice of Reason? Let's try Reason. Nope.
Jeremy, you call on because
I don't know why.
It has to be a movie. Yes, Mike. I'm sorry.
Who-
Who was the voice of Bart Simpson? Nope.
I was going to say Roger
Master
Rabbit.
Chief.
Buzz Lightyear, Fred Flintstone, Elf, the modern civil rights movement, Kit, Gizmo, Winnie the Pooh. That's Jim Cummings.
Yeah.
Charlie on Charlie's Angels, and Buzz Lightyear again.
I didn't realize Jim Cummings was Monterey Jack in Rescue Rangers.
Oh yeah, he's been in everything.
Seriously.
So we got 33,000 points. We did very poorly.
Should we try one more and then call
Is
it?
it groups of 3, Chris?
Yeah, you get 3 rounds.
Oh.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try doing it as a browser instead.
See if it works better.
Yeah,
Ooh, somebody's going in, I think.
that's Mike. Oh, he's going to get a good one.
Oh.
Nice.
I have to do Ryan's favorite drop.
Which one's his favorite? Ha, the pizza. Pizza.
It's
I'm going to
bounce. It's
blast him. Boom!
He's going to come back and hit you. He's going to hit you. None of you went in because of both of you being butts.
Whoops.
Who's dropping in there?
American Chris Hansen. Did he make it or did he miss?
He got in the bowl, but he
but
wasn't
Mike's
closer
drop was
than
better.
Mike. Yeah.
Okay, so I just need to adjust the crop here.
What are the other
So,
categories?
so there's culture, people, names, questions, animals, entertainment,
Do questions.
questions.
And we'll just do one and see what we get. Or we'll go real fast. Is that Cam? Cam got a custom emote that he's currently
He
using
did.
to drop.
It's the roasted emote. It's supposed to say roasted on it, but...
Oh.
Oh, no!
Sorry, just adjusting. There we go. Lock that in. Okay. Did Steve Jobs invent?
The iPhone.
Apple computers.
The iPhone is number 1. You want to go Apple?
Yep.
Spell Apple right. Apple is number 3.
I'm just
try
going
it?
to say Android. Just because. No. Okay.
iPad?
Yeah, do iPad.
iPod.
No. iPod. Hold on, I'm going to try Mac first. There we
Nice.
go. Did we do iPod or iPad? I can't remember.
We did iPad.
We did
already.
iPad. Do iPod.
Nope, no iPod. We got one guess left. The internet. Yes, the internet was
Nice.
on there.
Do cancer.
No.
Why would that have?
Anything, the computer, the smartphone, the mouse, Pixar, and Pong.
Oh,
Huh.
all right.
Is it okay to swim with?
Sharks.
Not,
What?
Not
Jellyfish?
Full
Nope.
stomach.
Nope.
If there's something where it's like a full stomach and it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it okay to swim with a cold?
Oh, number 2 answer.
I would have never.
I never would have guessed that
that.
either.
Is it okay to swim with?
Your period.
I was just gonna say a period.
No, your period.
Your period. Yeah.
I think it counted if it's anywhere. A
Nice.
pad on my see, so.
Is it okay to swim with a baby? I don't know. No. Okay.
An ear infection, contacts, a UTI, a tamp. Oh, these are disgusting. A yeast infection, pink eye, poison ivy, and high chlorine level.
Dang. Okay.
All right. Last round. Does the moon have?
Cheese.
Nope.
Holes.
Gravity. Number
Nice.
2.
Nice. Does the moon have seasons? I don't know.
Oh, seasons. Nope. It doesn't have seasons or air.
A flag.
Does the moon have a flag? Wow, we did terrible. An atmosphere. Air and an atmosphere, I feel, are like
Yes.
a core, water, a magnetic field, a name. Yeah, the moon. Its own light, day and night, wind, and volcanoes.
Interesting. Okay.
We did better though.
42,000.
We haven't beat your 82,000. Did you ever pick a movie, or do you want to text me after the show?
He just said BRB.
Okay.
He's off gifting some subs somewhere, I bet.
Probably. He'll have to message us and let us know what I'm watching. Although, won't that technically be my next week's?
Yeah, we'll do Chef, and then the next week we'll do
Whatever
Mike's.
Mike wants.
We've done 2 before.
That's true. Just
Yeah.
if Kara has enough time to watch them.
Yeah, if you have enough time. But yeah, so
My
Chef
best friend
priority
is
one.
coming into one of my best friends is coming into town this week, so
Is that Friday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Nice.
Well, you have Monday off because of the holiday.
Well, I guess people know Tiffany. Tiffany, she was on a podcast one time. She's coming in this week.
She's the one who's like stealing raccoons or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. We should have her and Jody on Saturday.
It'd be fun if they want to. We got 4 spots.
Oh, so speaking of guests,
They're going to Weird Al with us.
They are.
Nice.
Yep.
Speaking of guests, I don't know if you saw or if Daryl invited you. He's doing like a game test thing on a Saturday in July.
I said interested in going.
So I think that we should all go and then have him on the show
That would be
later
great.
on. If you're cool. I didn't want to like
No,
offer
that'd be great.
the thing without talking
People
to you guys
love
about it
Daryl.
first. Yeah,
Keith
Daryl's
and
awesome.
Daryl hosted a whole episode. You guys went for 3 hours.
Daryl
like,
is a
that's how it
marathon
should be.
participant.
All right.
And then Keith needs to come on because he's got a couple new projects to talk about.
We need Keith.
So. We're I
It's
don't
been
know.
a long time.
This is
Brad should fly up and be on.
yeah,
Yeah,
Brad. you
Bradsworth.
cheap son of a
Bradsworth. We
gun.
need you on the show.
Just spend all of your money and come up here and hang out with us. You can watch Chip so Karen can go and have fun.
Brad was really good with Chip.
He was
was.
really good with Chip.
Brad is a legend.
You are.
I'm not. This isn't a ranking the coolest people that hang out with us, but he definitely is the coolest person that hung out with us.
He taught us Disney.
Yeah.
Dave is calling me, the man himself.
All right. Well, tell him that the show is still going. All right. Leave it to the pros, I guess, to wrap up the show, Jeremy.
Yep.
All right, so I want to say I am sorry to all of you who are audio-only listeners. We yet again did another show that did not translate well to the audio-only version of the podcast, but there is a silver lining. You can listen to us and watch us live on Saturday nights on twitch.tv/Rise the Podcast at 7 p.m. Central. But we do appreciate that you'd like to take us with you anywhere you want to go. We are available on iTunes, Spotify, and all sorts of other crazy streaming places if that's your jam. But you can also check out past podcasts on youtube.com/Rise of the Podcast. So if you miss anything or want to relive some of the greatest moments in podcast history, all of that is over there. So go ahead and check that out. If you do watch over there, don't forget to like the video and comment down below. We love jumping back into conversations that we totally forgot had happened. And we can fight more about whether or not the Millennium Falcon is a character. All that said, thank you all so much for watching, and of course,
May the force be with you.